Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCityUniverse.com and GravesideEntertainment.com, and this is a quick video response to a great YouTuber called Interghost. I've spoken about him previously a couple videos ago. He posed the question, what are games that you've really liked over the years that people kind of don't like, that maybe are a little more obscure, and what games that have blown up and become this huge thing that you really were like, this doesn't do it for me. So he gave his video and he asked for others to respond. Excuse me while I drink my coffee. So I'm going to name first the games I enjoyed that other people maybe don't like or haven't heard of or whatnot. So really I could say anything on the Sega CD because a lot of people bash the Sega CD with their FMV titles. But if I have to name one specifically, I'm going to probably go with Double Switch with Corey Haim. That and Night Trap, I consider them, they're pretty much the same game, they're so similar. But FMV Glory, where you have to trap people in a house, or in Double Switch it's in a hotel, and it's a great story that has a little twist at the end, so I really found that game to be interesting. If you're into FMV games and you like that like entrapment, night trap kind of game, I would definitely give Double Switch a chance. I got into it because I'm a Corey Haim fan, rest in peace by the way, and I just loved it. I thought it was so cool that you were interacting with full motion video games. Like it's like you were interacting with a movie, even though the interaction was limited. And people who play games now, younger people, probably would not find the fun in it. But to me, I love them. I love FMV games. So that was my first game. My other one would be, I think he asked for 3 of each. So my other one would be Shadowrun on the Xbox 360. My friends and I are big fans of the Shadowrun universe. Great cyberpunk pen and paper RPG they turned into a Sega game and a Super Nintendo game, and now they're making an online game for the PC, which is supposed to be like an MMO, and they're also doing another one which is just a single player, I think action RPG. But the 360 one was a great first person shooter online. It still has a small community and a big fan base. If you don't know what it is, it weaves magic with like Dungeons and Dragons, so there's like orcs and ogres, but there's magic, and there's like cyberpunk mixed in, so that people have like robot parts and awesome new technology and things they can use. So in the game you have to, it's almost like what is that, Counter-Strike, where you have to, every round you have to load out and buy weapons. So you can buy new weapons, you can buy new equipment and magic and spells, and it's really cool. So if you haven't checked that out, it's like $5 on 360, and it's an excellent online game. It's online only. It's offline, it's just tutorial. Great game. People really beat it up because it wasn't similar to the RPGs that came out on Super Nintendo or Genesis. It's amazing unto itself, so who cares what you think? No offense. The other thing was my final game, which I watched a video on the other day that some guy who I didn't like his reviewing. I mean, not to say that I'm great, I'm really not. I just try to speak from the heart and be honest. He really bashed the shit out of Omikron, the Nomad Soul on the Dreamcast, and it also came out on the PC. And that's one of my favorite games. I'd never beaten it, so I'm buying a Dreamcast back as we speak to play it and beat it. It's kind of like Shenmue in a way. It's sort of an open world kind of game. It's not sandbox, but it's definitely open world. And they mixed like Virtua Fighter type fighting. There's shooting elements, kind of like Virtua Cop, sort of. There's great music by David Bowie. I'm a big David Bowie fan. He made the soundtrack. He also did what else is in this? Shooting. There's fighting. There's like an adventure game or like RPG where you upgrade your character. The controls are a little hard to get with, so I mean the PC version is probably a little more easy to get into in that regard. But I loved the Dreamcast version, and then when I initially got rid of my Dreamcast, I bought the PC version to make up for it, but I never beat it because I'm not a big PC gamer. So I'm buying a Dreamcast back now, broadband adapter, trying to collect some stuff I really like, some rare stuff, and Omikron is a definite, that's the first game I'm going to play. It's a great game. If you haven't tried it, it's like futuristic. I think it's something to do with you're able to jump bodies and have go to different stories in the game by jumping your soul going into people's bodies. So it's a great game. So those are my 3. Shadowrun on the 360, Omikron on the Dreamcast/PC. Shadowrun was also on the PC. And Double Switch on the Sega CD. It's also on the Saturn. My least favorite games that people really like or really get into, Most FPSs nowadays, I don't find them to be very thrilling or different, which is why I liked Shadowrun so much. It was very different and unique. So I'm going to say Call of Duty, which Interghost also said. I don't find anything so great about it. I actually like the Rainbow Six games better. And, you know, where you're able to customize your character and stuff. I mean, I think it's kind of a takeoff of that in a way. Except I think this is faster, where Rainbow Six had a little more element of you have to be a little more tactical and strategic with how you play. But I'm not a fan of Call of Duty series. I tried the Black Ops 1. It didn't really do much for me. I just don't like it. It's okay. I think a lot of kids play it, and it's quick and it's mindless in a way. No offense. And it just blew up. Not my kind of game. I love FPSs, but not when they're not unique, and I don't find Call of Duty to be unique. I hope I don't get any hate for this. It's just my opinion. Sorry, guys. The other one is the Grand Theft Auto series. As much as I bought and tried to play any Grand Theft Auto game, they don't do it for me. After a while of mindlessly killing people and doing stupid stuff, I just lose my interest. I don't really care for the stories. The violence seems sort of mindless in a way. It's not really interesting. And I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm not a big open world sandbox person. It just seems to... I need a little more linear gameplay for me. So GTA just does not do it for me either. Anything in the series I played, I think I played 3. I might have played like San Andreas. I played Saints Row, which is extremely similar. Just not my bag. I like a little more linearity to it. It doesn't have to be extremely linear. Like I just said, Omikron isn't that linear, nor is Shenmue, and I love them. But there is some kind of goal. Grand Theft Auto just seems too open for me. I'm not really a fan. And finally, Virtua Fighter. People have, I mean, I thought the graphics were cool back when it was out on the Saturn and when it was in the arcade, but I just never really, out of all the main fighting games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, those are my favorites. Virtua Fighter, Tekken, DOA, Soul Calibur. My least favorite is Virtua Fighter. I like Tekken even better, and I'm not a big Tekken fan. I found the controls always to be kind of difficult with the weird half circles and stuff. I appreciate it. I think it's interesting. It's definitely not the worst fighter I've ever played by any means, but it just doesn't do it for me, and people really make a big deal out of it. And I love Sega. I'm just not a big Virtua Fighter fan. I like the fighting in Shenmue better, which is based off of Virtua Fighter, than I do Virtua Fighter. So those are my my 3 negatives. I don't like really Call of Duty, I don't like Grand Theft Auto, and I don't like Virtua Fighter. So I apologize in advance if you disagree with me. But, you know, leave some comments. Tell me what yours are. Leave a video response. And thank you very much to Interghost for posing the question. You are a very good question asker, my friend, and I find you very interesting, and I appreciate your opinion, and I find it funny that our opinions overlap to a degree. So, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com and GravesideEntertainment.com signing out. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Be good, guys.